But I had to remind myself. So for y'all, just remind me what came out of rock this year, what came out of rap this year that I'm forgetting, and we'll get into it. What's up, Lissa? Um, so aside from that, I was also what happened this week was I usually trust check Bob Villain. Angel Dust is dope. Angel Dust is dope. Jesus Piece, I have to check. I don't remember, and I never heard of Bob Villain. Oh, what up, y'all? Martin Vasquez. Hey, yo. What's good, man? I'm sorry, man. Let me know if what's up, Machiavelli? Let me know if the camera's right and all of that, man. I was having a little bit of a situation here with the YouTube. Kill Switch Engage, Dream Theater, Sleep Token, Chevelle, Whitechapel. So Kill Switch is automatically, it was a dope album. I have to go back and Angel Dust has something to do with the dude from Turnstile. Yes, there was a stream. Thank you, Ao. I messed up today on the camera part of it, but everything's good, right? Everything sounds good. Good, 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 good. We good, good. Everything's good. Andrea, thank you for that. Death to the idea. I have to check that out. I've been watching a lot of KEXP performances. If y'all ain't up on that, if you want to check out new bands, go to the KEXP YouTube channel and just do a deep dive. There's so many bands that they highlight on that specific show that I love it, man. I learn about all them witches, and Car Seat Headrest has a new performance up on there, and I've learned about so many just bands that you wouldn't particularly hear of. They'll play it on KEXP. So if you get a chance, check out KEXP. They put on good performances, man. Thank you, Martin Vasquez. I appreciate that. And thank you so very much. Thank you. And yes, of course, thank you for your patience over here on YouTube. I had a little bit of a mess. Yeah, Zip. KEXP, man. And what's dope, I never heard of Audio Tree. Um, what's dope about KEXP is the sound quality is dope and the visuals are dope. It's the same room all of the time, but it just like they're highlighting these bands and these bands are playing for real. So it's really good. What's up, Jag? What's the deal? DTE, what's going on? And who we got over here? I'm also on YouTube, y'all. And don't forget on YouTube, I'm not sure, but I think, yes. So Stutters left it where the super stickers and the super chats are available as well. And thank you for your donations in advance. I appreciate that. Audio trees sounds similar to what you're describing. Oh, okay, dope. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Machiavelli, that's a dope one. Godfather Don was crazy. You brought up Godfather Don. So Godfather Don is a friend of mine. I've known him for a very long time. Um, I have tapes. This is gonna drive you crazy, Machiavelli. So when I worked at Fat Beats on Friday nights, Godfather Don would roll up with Scaramanga, if you remember who that rapper is. I did, Jag. I'm gonna talk about that for a second. Detroit Throwers, what's the deal? And so Machiavelli, I have tapes of myself, Ill Bill, Godfather Don, Scaramanga, and maybe one or two other people where we're all just ciphering, rapping for hours. I have 90-minute tapes like in the stash. I'm probably gonna have to go through that and upload them shits at some point, but that exists, man. I've known Godfather Don for a long time. I actually think he's a hidden gem. He's dope lyrically. He's dope on the production. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but I gotta get at him, man. I gotta get at him. He's dope. So, Jeg, first I'm going to address you, then I'm going to get into what Trevor is saying. Zahir, what's going on from Planet X? Yes, sir. Thank you, Jag. Um, so, the Proswell thing, everybody heard about Proswell from the Fugees getting 14 years in prison for like doing some sort of money laundering thing, and the way they described him, he kind of like did it unapologetically or whatever have you. I don't know what the truth is because I don't know Pras at all. I never met him. I never had dialogue with him, so I can't really speak on the subject. I just hate when people. It's scary to me to hear anybody getting that amount of time for crime. You know, I guess I'm more sensitive to that because I've had friends from members, members of the Rocksteady family on that have done time, and I just have compassion, and I feel bad. It's a sad thing, man. I know everybody says don't do the crime and whatever have you, but it is still sad. You know what I mean? Detroit, Ill Bill's working on his music. He's working on it. He's working on a new album. That's the most I can say. Trevor, yeah, they've been watching Praz for that one thing I can say. What up, Sean Strange? What's the deal, homie? Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to give some flowers to Sean Strange, man. This is a brother that I've known for a long time at this point. I think I first met him in Long Island I think the name of the place was the Chop Shop. I could be wrong. And you know what? One thing I could say about Sean is that his focus on his passion is uh, is amazing. I've watched him for decades at this point do his thing, do his thing, and not bother anybody, stay in his lane, fucking work at his craft. He was already nice when I met him on the beats, on the lyrics, and I watch homie hustle and fucking put shows together, put albums together, tour the world, and this I met him young, just in the crowd, and now he's like out there, like fucking solid. So big salute to Sean Strange, man, for real. Thank you, Zaire. Dope lyrics, crazy lyrics. Yeah, thank you, Zaire. I appreciate that. I wasn't, if anything, no disrespect. I wasn't laughing. I was just smiling. So, okay. So the other thing, what was okay? So Trevor brought up in the Instagram, so everybody knows. So also, what happened in the past 2 weeks is Sonny Sandoval from the band POD. For those that don't know who POD is that's the band that here comes the boom, ready or not, here comes the boys from the sound, boom, here comes those guys, and I feel so alive, and we are here, youth of a nation, that band. So, um, thank you, Martin. So Sonny released a song that I produced and I also rapped on with him. It's called Talk to God. So right now that's streaming everywhere, and it's under the name Sonny Dread, and it's also with I think the other name, the flipped song is Sleeping Lion or something like that. And I've actually produced two tracks on his up and coming album. So you already, if you haven't, Talk to God is already out. It's streaming now, and there's another track that's coming out, I guess, in a couple of weeks. So that was exciting, man. It was actually a surprise because Sonny didn't technically give me a heads up as to. I knew he was dropping it. I just didn't know when, and it kind of just dropped, and I was like, oh shit, it's out. So self-title is a beast, yes. Um, Obi Trice to get a legit release. Is it too late for Rap Game by Obi Trice to get a real? No, I don't think anything is too late. I don't believe in that, man. Don't be fucking confined by time, man. Anybody. Do not look at life and your passion and try to put a fucking timer on it. Let life put the timer on it. You know what I mean? If you think if you know, just do your passion. Just do your passion. So if Obi Trice, my advice to a guy like Obi Trice, just put your fucking music out, dude. Just put it out. What the fuck you waiting for? The game has changed. We're all independent artists now. That's it. That's it. And you also gotta, what's up, Matthew? You also gotta like look at it like the most important people are the people that I'm talking to right now on fucking on YouTube and on Instagram. Y'all are the most important because y'all support me. Y'all are the ones streaming. Y'all are the ones in YouTube giving me super stickers and super chats. Y'all are buying the merch. Y'all are watching the videos, reposting my shit, doing dope comments, hitting the like button, all of that shit. That's what's important. The time shit, yo, I've been in the game for a minute. I don't give a fuck about no time. I'll stop when life says, okay, time to check. Time to check. That's how you deal with that. Nah, I hear you, Jag. I wasn't getting at you. I just think that anybody stagnant with material on a hard drive is tripping. Just put it out. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. What up, Joshua Bevins? What's going on? Yes, sir. Thank you, Lolam Sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, I might have some news about that, but I can't really say much. Royal Flush is the shit. I love Royal Flush, man. Self-Titled is dope as well. Those are you're naming dope people, dope lyricists, man. It's May. What's going on? But yeah, man. So the other thing I wanted to tell y'all a little story. You know, what I was alluding to, what I was trying to segue to was I've done Martin Vasquez. I've done songs with Psycho Realm. Psycho Realm is on my second album, Between Heaven and Hell. I'm on the DJ FM mixtape that came out at about 2005, 2006. I'm on the song Black Metal, me, Sick Jack, and Ill Bill. I've done a few joints with Psycho Realm, but I can see that there's room for more for sure. What's up, Yeesh? What's the deal? Yes, mad respect to 2Mex for reals. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. Mark Wahlberg and Roman E. Malco were rapping before they went to Hollywood. Well, I knew everybody knows Mark Wahlberg was rapping. He had that pop tune. Um, I forgot the name of the Beat Miner's greatest beats ever. Oh, Machiavelli. The Beat Miners on the Smith and Wesson album. The first Smith and Wesson album with the Beat Miners. It's a perfect album. The Shining is a perfect album. NYG Supreme, what's going on? Ismael, what's going on? Aaron Anthony, what's going on? Wesley, what's going on? Wesley Perseus, I speak broken Spanish and my Italian is worse. But for the sake of that rhyme, because what Wesley is asking me about a song that I have a song out where I rap in 3 languages. I rap in English, Spanish, and Italian. And that's because I'm half Puerto Rican and half Italian. My father's Puerto Rican and my mother's Italian. So I wanted to do a song that kind of just like gave them flowers without doing, I love my mother, I just wanted to rap in the different languages. And so I put that song out, Let's Go Vamanos Andiamo, and it was one of the most fun times I've ever had writing a song because it was very challenging for me. It was one of those things where, you know, it's one thing when you're trying to speak Spanish in order to get somewhere or to order food or to talk to somebody, but it's another thing when you're rapping or you're talking in Italian. But excuse me, when you're rapping in either Spanish or Italian, it's way different because first of all, you're trying to rhyme words that you're not 100% familiar with. And number two, what people don't consider when they ask if you could rap in different languages is sure I could, but the challenge is not necessarily rapping in a different language, it's the slang in a different language. And when it comes to Spanish, some people don't gather is that each Spanish speaking culture has their own slang. So Puerto Ricans have their own slang, Mexicans have their own slang, Chileans have their own slang, Colombianos have their own slang. So you're never on the same page. It's regional, it's fucking hard. And so what's up, lovely havens? Leona, what's going on? Feel the vibration. Thank you for that, Ben. J-Rock. J-Rock is a god, son. He's dope on the cuts. For reals. Yeah, and that's what I mean, Martin Vasquez, is that it's different phrasing. It's very challenging. And from what I understand, even with Italian, it's the same thing. Like Southern Italy has a different twist of the language as opposed to Northern Italy. And then I'm Italian from Brooklyn, so it's really way more different. And so it's so I could rhyme in a sense of just rhyming to get the point across. But if I had to do an album like that, it'd be very hard because of the slang, you know? The slang would make it very difficult. That's why I never done it before. And I've been asked. I've rapped in Spanglish for Tony Touch, for L.A. Flaco in Spain, a couple of Spanish artists from Spain. But after a while, I stopped doing it because I just felt like it's just the slang part, man. The slang part is definitely a tricky thing for me because rap is slang. You using slang, you're bending English in a way that it's, you're having fun with it. And if you don't have a full grasp of the language that you're choosing, slang and all of that, it's very hard to do. English, Zip. English for real. Memories with Percy P. Oh, I got one. But wait, I want to tell y'all a story first because when I was watching there goes my allergies. When I was watching when I was at the De La Soul listening party, there was a moment where I got really emotional. And the reason why, thank you, Bananas. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Bananas, thank you for your donation. I don't have my sound effects today. Today is a more stripped down thing, but thank you for that. I appreciate that. The donations always, thank you. Outside of English, I would say Spanish is the next one. And the reason why is because although I grew up on the Italian side of my family first, I was kind of like, when I went to live with my grandmother, I was kind of forced to learn Spanish or else I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't get around. What's up, 4Base? What's going on? So Spanish, I learned a little more Spanish than I did Italian. Because in my Italian family, I could just speak English and that was all good. But I was with my great grandmother and you couldn't speak English to her. So I had to learn or else I was going to starve. Thank you, Bananas. Every cent, any sort of donation showing that you care about what's going on, it means the world to me. I don't care if it's $1, $2, it don't matter. Thank you. Donquito, no, I'm not Vanilla Ice's cousin. Although I met him, he was cool. He was cool. And it's funny because before I met him, he already had like a bad stigma in my brain because I grew up during the era where third base was everybody was dissing him on record and all of that. So I was kind of like following the crowd. And so when I met him, it was a surprise. He happened to be backstage at a corn show, and his back was towards me. So when I went to talk to Monk, he turned around, and the first thing when I saw the first thing out of my mouth was like, "Oh shit." It was wild, man. It was like you don't expect it, especially him. But he was cool, man. He kicked it for a little bit and got to chill. And I think everybody that I met through Corn was cool. Where people would be like, "Yo, is Fred Durst cool?" Yeah, he's fucking cool as shit, man. He's a cool dude. Thank you, Martin. Enjoy your meal and enjoy your weekend. Thank you. Peace. I don't think so, Trevor. I don't think so. Any plans for college? When it comes to touring, oh, I got you. I got you, Machiavelli. Any plans of me touring is all based on booking agents and promoters and all of that. But I am looking into it for next year. So MC Hammer did get this back in the days too. Yeah, bananas. I hear you, and everybody has a diss track on somebody, but he was cool. Like I got to tour with him, and his knowledge of hip hop, I was very impressed. There's actually a post on my Instagram. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, where Fred Durst is saying one of my rhymes because he just heard the Black Coffee album, and there was a song out, the One Door Closes, and he just fucking, and I filmed him. I was tripping. I was like, oh shit, he's fucking going for it. You know what I mean? One good foot. Yep, exactly. I'll let you know, Martin Vasquez, that all announcements will be up. Okay, so Percy P. First, I'm going to tell the Percy P story, and then I'm going to get into an arsonist story, if y'all don't mind. So, the first time I met Percy P was at the Rocksteady Crew anniversary. I don't remember which one. It was in Manhattan, though. And he and I and maybe one or two other rappers, we were in a cipher. Everybody was just trading rhymes, just rhyming. Everybody was going for theirs. And I kind of, I kind of, I kind of knew who he was. And then he said his name in a rhyme. I was like, oh shit, that's Percy P from the Yes You May remix, the Lord Finesse shit. So it was cool to meet him. And what surprised me was that he went on to introduce himself. Yo, I'm Percy P, DITC, whatever have you. And he was like, I even got hip hop quotable in the source. And I was like, word? I think I remember that. And he said, I did. And he went into his pocket, his inner pocket in his jacket, and he had it laminated, the page from the source. Now, I'm not making fun of him, but the shit was very like surreal. It was like, oh shit, like, you know, you don't that now that's something you don't see every day. You know what I mean? Like if I told you, yo, I was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, you don't expect me to pull the fucking cover out of my jacket. You know what I mean? So it's like I thought that was I the bottom line is I love when shit like that happens because it's memorable. And if you know anything about me, man, I love to tell my stories. And so that was a memorable moment, man. Like that shit was like amazing. Like I was like, yo, he just pulled the fucking page out of his pocket and is showing it. It's laminated. This shit is crazy. So that's my Percy P story that I'll never forget. That was an amazing moment for me, man. And I got to trade bars with him, so that was all good, man. Was Fife underrated as a solo artist before he passed away? I think Fife didn't get a chance to evolve as a solo artist. You know what I mean? Chicago was first. Yeah, let's see if we can make that happen, son. JMA Craw, J Mac Raw Authentic. I think I got that right. Red Food was an Indian. Yes, yes. I used to, yo, Jeg, I used to sell their single at Fat Beats. So I know about that. Now, I want to tell y'all an arsonist story. As I was watching when I was at the listening party for De La Soul this week, when Mace spoke to the crowd and when he said that making this album was a necessary therapy for them, the album hit me differently. It had a very okay, Machiavelli, I got you. It impacted me because then I thought about the arsonist. I thought about the arsonist instantly because even though we don't build like we used to and time is going on. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Andrea with the donation, super sticker, super chat. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. I can't look. I know people ask me from time to time, new arsonist album, new arsonist show. I don't know what the future holds. I can't say that we're talking about anything. I can't say that we talk a lot, period. But I can say that I love my brothers, and I can say that from time to time I do miss them. We had a certain chemistry and a camaraderie that was just very unique. And this week I posted some clips of some performances that we did back in the 90s on the Arsonist page. And, you know, even watching that, like it was heavy on me because I just finished, with the De La listening thing. And then it made me think of when we wrote the session, and that's the story I want to tell. So, and I've told this story many times. I just wanted to share it again because of the De La thing and the effect it had on me. Before I was in the Arsonist, I was in a group called the Nomads, for those that don't know. And the guy that used to produce, one of the guys that used to produce for the Nomads, his name was Groovy Lou. And Groovy Lou, for those that don't know him, it's not the Groovy Lou that used to be down with Diddy. It's not that guy. Because there was another Groovy Lou that was part of Diddy's entourage, but that's not the same guy. So this Groovy Lou, the only other work you would know him by if you're a true hip hop head, he produced the Jazzo track on the D&D project. So that Groovy Lou, I'm getting to the point. So that Groovy Lou was in the Nomads. And one day before the arsonist, before I was part of it, Groovy Lou had given me a beat tape. And on the beat tape was the jazz loop. Bloop, bloop, doo 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 doo. If for those that know the arsonist song. Now, in Groovy Lou's mind, he was like, yo, that beat right there, I think you could rap on it, but I also think it'd be a good interlude. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, nah, that ain't no interlude. I think, what up, Tech? What up, Tech? What's up, Victoria T? Good foot. I do have Uncle Howie stories, so hold tight. I never was on any of those DVDs, Bananas. So, fast forward, I have the tape Groovy Lou gave me with that beat on it. Arsonist came at that time. We were recording at my mom had an apartment, and I had a setup. I had a board, reel to reel. I had the whole thing, and I just felt very confident about this Groovy Lou track. So I already, like from cassette, I put it onto the reel. I had it ready, and the guys, not everybody showed up for this session. It was just Freestyle, Destroy, and Swell. And I played the beat, and they were like, what? And we just, like on the spot, everybody took out pens, paper, all of that stuff. And we just start writing 4 bars a piece, or however many bars, 4 bars, 6 bars, whatever. And we just went for it. And the whole point, and so you understand the entire song. We the whole point of the song was to kind of like take this fun vibe we were having and put it through the song, if you get my point. We would That's why it wasn't like a super lyrical song. It was just more like, oh, you're in Brooklyn? That's what's up. Oh, soil worker, what's the deal? I've listened to Horace Brown. I'm not sure about Rome. Um, and even at the end of the session, oh, it's all good, on soil worker. I'm glad glad you got the package, man. That's dope, man. Salute to you, man. And even at the end of the session, when we're like bleep bleep and we're joking and all of that, that's all real. Like we were having fun. We just let the mic run, and everybody just kept on stepping. Like we were like going like in a circular motion. Like D would take a chance, then he'd run, and then freestyle would go right there, and then I would run up, and then Swell would run up, and we're laughing, and we captured that all on the original version of the session, the one that Stretcher Bob played, and eventually Bob put out on Fondle 'em. So all of that stuff at the end was like us running around the microphone and just having a blast. And I remember we were so excited about that song, and that song went on to win us one of Bobito's Butter Awards, and then it won on the Battle of the Beats on Hot 97. We won every week except for the battle up against Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige. Go figure. And you know, I just couldn't help but think of that song in particular because as I was listening to Mace talk about De La Soul and the therapy that they had putting out this new album, it just made me reminisce about that one moment with the Arsonists about putting the session together. And the reason why I bring up the session is because the session is the song that kind of like broke ground for us. It made everybody at that time pay attention. So that song is very important to the history of the Arsonists, and I just wanted to share that real quick. So, by darts, in I lived on Avenue and West 8th on the hill, the building. I think the number is 132, but I lived on the building that had the deli on the bottom. I lived on the top floor in Gravesend. And Sabak lived on Avenue S, I think. So me and Sabak grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to the same school. I've known Sabak the longest out of everybody in hip hop. It's kind of crazy. I don't live there anymore, but yes, yes. Jordan, what's going on? Ever been live on stage at Henry Street Settlement in the LES? I would not remember, man. Oh, thank you, old soil worker. Gracias, Stacy Biri. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. What the hell? Come on, Instagram. You pissing me off, son. Wishful thinking. Fashion Victims Part 2 featuring Thurston Howell. Man, that's a good idea, Nasty Ruckus. Peace, Machiavelli. Have a good weekend. That's a good idea, Nasty Ruckus. Yo, so Nasty Ruckus over in YouTube said, wishful thinking, but a Fashion Victims, which is a song on the first qunique album, Fashion Victims Part 2 featuring Thurston Howell. I think that's a brilliant idea, man. I can't hate on you on that one. He actually has better experience than I do. Daddy's Little Girl, I produced that joint. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, NYG. Thank you. The Puerto Rican activist. Good foot, yes, sir. My sinuses right now are going insane. Every time I come to the office and I do this. For some reason, it's not when I'm doing vocals. It's when I do these live feeds. Sometimes my allergies are like, I want to get on the mic too, son. So stupid. I don't get it. But might have to do some dusting or something. Maybe that's what it is. Y'all think? But but like I said, if I'm doing vocals and I'm not affected, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I produced NYG Supremacy. I produced a few joints on that album. I produced Mr. Sunshine. I performed Daddy's Little Girl, The Light of Day. I forgot the name of the other ones, but I produced a few joints on that album, and I mixed that whole album. But by today's standards, probably doesn't sound as solid. But at the time, it was pretty cool. Um, Jag, I'm kind of lost on what you tell me. I have to scroll back. Another question that almost slipped my mind. Oh no, yeah. Oh, cause Jasmine Dad. Oh, he was there years. No, I don't. I would have to go and look at the front of those venues to see where it is, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember this spot. Yep, Goodfoot, exactly. Um, so yeah, man, the De La Soul listening party was an emotional event. Usually you go to these things and it's all like, photo ops and giving pounds, but this listening to Maceo talk about Dub, and what's crazy is I have the Source magazine right here. I guess I'll take it off the wall. I have this Source magazine right here, and it's signed by all three. That's when they did it in store in Fat Beats, and obviously De La Soul. This is when Stakes is High came out, and I asked them to sign this, and all three of them signed it. And so it's one of those things where I was very excited to have them sign it. It's pretty cool. And then I also got one of Gangstar, both Guru and Cream. So that's the deal with that. Bronx Science Records. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I forgot who was on there, but I do remember the label because the name of the label is like something you can't forget, Bronx Science. There's also a school called Bronx High School of Science. So I don't know if the person that owned it went to the school, but I remember that label. Oh, Trevor. Yes, yes, yes. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was insane. Y'all gotta excuse me, man. I gotta blow my nose. This shit ain't cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little better. It's not great, but it's a little better. Me and my sinuses are gonna have to have a meeting after this. I'm gonna have to have a long talk about my sinuses interrupting my flow. Yo, Jeg, you know what's crazy that you brought that up? So Jeg, thank you, Goodfoot. So Jeg, I actually performed on the South Street Seaport when I didn't even have like I was a young kid, and they had like a talent contest or something, and I wish I had film footage of it, but I did. You gave me two. I did. I did do a set. This is like right before the Nomads. I did a little like 2-3 song set at this. They had like a open mic or a talent show at the South Street Seaport, and then that's very funny, Zip. Um, and then years and years later, Korn did a performance on the South Street Seaport, and I was there, like hanging with them. They were on tour. I was about to go roll with them, and they did a set right there on the South Street Seaport. It was very strange. Now, when you look at Korn, and now that they're doing stadiums and big venues, it's kind of trippy that they did like that area. It's not small, but it's not that big either, you know. So it was pretty cool that they did that, and they did it with Joey Jordison that time when Joey Jordison was drumming for Korn. So the whole experience is pretty nuts. Look, I got allergy medicine now. Okay, I'm about to pop some pills. Ah, Ben, what's my favorite hat? That's a dope question. Snot, rest in peace, Lynn. Zyrtec is for real, son. I lived in Vlad's on the water streets. Oh, that's what's up, Goodfoot. My favorite hat, I have so a list of my favorite hats. I have a Boogie Down Productions hat. That shit is like a must have. I have an Alice in Chains uh, Rainier Fog hat that I got when I went on tour with Korn and Alice in Chains. That's also like I was wearing that shit for a minute. Had to chuck that shit in the washing machine. Um, I have a Long Beach Originals hat that I wear a lot, and I have this hat that this dude. There's a shop called Classic Material. It's out in New York, and the patch on the hat says drug war veteran, and I was like, psh, me all day, homie. I need to have that. Detroit, now you know I can't talk about that on here, son. Crazy legs is in the Instagram. Pew 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 pew. Every time I see legs. Now, for those that don't know, Crazy Legs is another dude that, aside from Sabak, I've known Crazy Legs for a very, very long time. And sometimes when I see him, I instantly think of the song "Just Begun" for some reason. It's like, remember in that movie "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," where he's like a homie was walking, and he had the band playing Shaft, and then after that, was it Keenan Ivory Wayans? He had KRS-One following him. He was like, "That's my theme music," and I'm like, "Legs' theme music has just begun." Oh snap! All right. Let's look at this, y'all. Look at this. On Instagram right now. We about to get it. Y'all about to get some specialties if it works. I said yes. There we go, son. Hold up. Let me make sure I can hear you, man. There we go. That's your mother's theme music. It is Batman. Hey yo, I'm also on YouTube as well, just in case. But yeah. Danny, what's the deal? Chilling, man. So on Friday, what I do is it's more relaxed, where I'm not, because Wednesdays is usually with a subject, and I have my book report, and we go over a subject. But today was on Fridays. It's more like a vibe. And what I was talking about, I got to go to the De La Soul listening party this week, and I was hanging out with Mace. I was hanging out with Mace, and he was talking about how emotionally therapeutic it was for them to get this album out, and like, and I know, like, when you lose a member of your crew, it's fucking, it's a lot to process. It's like it's right. So you know what it feels like. It's yeah. So but in their case, I felt for them because De La Soul has been in our lives. They've been dropping People don't even realize they've been dropping records since 1989, man. So it's like, holy shit, man. Like that's quite a legacy. And homie, Dave, he was a cool dude. He's quiet, but he was cool. I got allergies. Right. I wrote a story. I told two stories on there on your post. So I'll share it right now with both the crowds. So Legs brought up he did a post this week about Frosty Freeze. For those that don't know, Frosty Freeze is it's like an OG member of Rocksteady and he passed away sadly. And there's two stories I want to tell. And Legs didn't get to read it. So the first story Legs knows. He knows both of these stories. So the first story, we're being interviewed on BET, and the host was Big Big Les, right? That was her name, and Big Les, and she's like asking questions. She's doing the hosting. She's asking questions. Everybody's answering. There was like good, I think 10 of us there. It was a lot. It was a lot of us there. Yeah, it was at Bronx River. And so, yes. And so Les was trying to be cute. And she was like, she said, she made a comment. She said, y'all must travel with cardboard. Because, breakers, cardboard, backspins. And so, Frosty heard her say that and he felt some sort of way. And he looked at it, he goes, I travel with luggage, shoe. And I thought that we all thought it was brilliant. We all started busting out laughing because it was so fast. You had to be there. Right, right. And then after that, now this is like partly sad but partly funny. So at his funeral, it was like a somber mood because we're all saying goodbye to this person. What's going on, E. Martin? We're all saying bye to this person that we've all known. Like some of us, obviously, Crazy Legs has known him longer, but we've all known him for quite some time, and he's our brother, and we're laying him to rest. So I guess some family member got in front at the service. We're at the funeral home, and this person gets up, and he's trying to like get everything in order because there's a lot of people there. It's packed, and he's telling people if you could please take your seats. We want to get the service going, and I know everybody here wants to pay. And this is where he fucked up. He goes, he goes, I know everybody wants a chance to pay their respects to Freesley Frost. Yo, everybody started busting laughing out of control because the thing is, the reason why we were laughing, it wasn't necessarily at the dude. It was more that it's something that only Frosty would have happened to him. So that's what made it perfect. Yeah, yeah. It was like one of those things because Frosty was that guy. Like shit would happen and you would just catch him in the moment and just be funny. So it was funny that even on his way out, there was like a slip up that was just funny, and it just made him leaving us that much more like memorable, like in a good way. Huh? Yeah. and then and then the man overboard. Oh man, yeah, I used to love that. So there was this b-boy that used to hang with us. His name is Forrest, and he I don't know if legs and I don't know. Get him gump. And I don't know if you gave him the name for the move, but he used to do this move where he would do top rock and then he would back up and then just like throw himself in the air and just land on the floor. And the only time I've heard anybody give it a name was Legs. Legs saw he was about to do it, and homie went in the air and Legs yelled out, "Man overboard!" Yeah, it became the name of the move. I thought it was dope, man. It was really dope. It was. Yo, Forrest is a dope b-boy, man. I don't know if he's still breaking these days, but he was dope. Yeah, he's a smart dude. Jersey City Jeff, what's the deal, homie?
Jersey City Jeff.
Jersey City Jeff making moves, son, hanging out with all the celebrities, man. I heard he's like going on tour with Robert De Niro or some crazy shit like that.
Jersey City Jeff be stashing bags of weed in his teeth.
Oh snap! I heard Jersey City Jeff. Huh? What happened? Oh, you looking for
Yo,
something?
I've never seen Jeff in Jersey. That's some funny shit.
I think he just took it because it sounds nice. Like if his name was Bob and he just decided to call himself Brooklyn Bob. It's like, yo, it matches, son. It matches. It matches, son.
Jeff, let me tell you, Jersey City Jeff gets around.
Jersey City Jeff lives in Long Island. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
He's like a hooker with frequent flyer miles, man.
Yo, Jersey City Jeff be in a lot of rooms that I don't be in. So believe me, I know, man.
I'm not mad at him.
Yo, I heard he was like hanging out with Jay-Z at a recording session. Like it was crazy, man.
Oh yeah, Jeff, that's right.
Nah, I don't believe you just dropped him off somewhere. You don't know if that was his crib, son.
I was wondering why it was an abandoned building.
It was a restaurant.
Hey, you got any big fun stories?
The only big pun story that I have, and I say this a lot because, and it's not to disrespect them. I would never disrespect anyone's legacy, but you got to just imagine my perspective in this. Legs at the beginning of the day is like, yo, no, not even the beginning of the day. I just knew that the Beatnuts were performing at the Rock City anniversary. I always loved the Beatnuts, and they eventually became good friends of mine. But at that time, they had dropped their album Stone Crazy. The album is fucking ridiculous. So the Beatnuts was a must-see. And eventually I ended up on tour with them anyway. But anyway, they had the one song. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. So,
Yeah, man.
so
Yeah, ain't nothing but crooks.
yes. I didn't know what the dude looked like. I just knew his verse. I didn't see any video yet. I didn't see anything. So I'm imagining he's just, I don't know what to, I didn't have any imagination of what Big Pun was supposed to look like. The Big L album is dope, by the way. So the Beatnuts, they do like, so the Beatnuts do like one or two songs, and then they, so we're like all like nodding our heads, and then all of a sudden, Pun from the, because I'm on the side of the stage, he comes skipping, kadoom, 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 and yo, it's all love and love, and I just saw him, and the first thing out of my face was, holy shit! Like I just was like, that's him. And then and then me, Legs, Destroy, Tony Touch. That's all I can remember. We went to his album release party, and we had to look like way up because the platform was high in this club, and he was wearing that leathery shirt. I don't remember the name of the club. I know it was further uptown, and he had that red and black joint. It said Pun on it, cut out in leather. It looked like a Dapper Dan like design. But we saw Pun there, and then there was a time when Pun, I don't know if these were the same events. Pun and Joe were at Wetlands or one of those joints, and a fight broke out, and Pun
I was talking to Pun. I was standing next to
Pun fucked somebody up.
All hell breaks
Yeah,
loose in the club.
it was
Me and
pure
Pun
insanity.
were talking. Terror Squad and them are throwing down inside the joint, and some dude's running by, and while I'm talking to Pun,
Yes.
Pun got like huge hands.
Yes.
The dude running is
Dude. Yeah.
and just clocked
Yes. Yo, you know what? While I have Crazy Legs on here, there was a time. First of all, I'm trying to tell y'all that Legs is coming to Cali sometime in December, January, and I hope to have him on Live from the Lab so that we could, because he and I have a lot of stories.
Bringing this with me.
There you go. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is that what a lot of people don't know is that I was the first person, and Legs tells us a lot, that I was the first person put down in the new era of Rocksteady in the 90s. And me and Legs at that time, we were hitting up every legendary club in New York City, man. Not even,
We was out there,
we
bro.
was out there. And it wasn't even to promote like an album or anything. We would just crew like two deep, three deep sometimes, five deep maybe sometimes, but we was going out there just to rep for the Rocksteady name, and that was it. And the way it was that I wasn't put down as a b-boy, so I would watch them break, and then sometimes Legs would take me to events and get me on the mic and make sure that I was repping. Like he would just get me up there. So it was like that kind of like grind. It was dope. Yep. Yep. So
I don't know if you're with me, but like for me, I hold a lot of MCs to a high standard,
yes.
and you can't just be somebody who knows how to make a record. You got to be somebody
You
who's
got you
about
got to
the
know how to
craft.
rock the crowd, man. You got to know as an MC, you should know
So
how to rock the crowd
so I don't know if you're with me at Big City Diner.
all the
We
time.
went out. Oh, out, well, I know Bones Malone was there that day, um, and we went to Big City Diner, and LL got on the mic,
I was there because
and LL got on the mic, and he spit straight up rhymes that were not
yeah,
on
yeah,
his
I was there
records,
because you
and
introduced me to
he
him.
dropped
Yeah, he killed it.
hard bars.
That was that, and that's the thing that what Legs is saying. I want to say to both audiences is that the time that me and Legs would go to we're going to clubs, we got to witness some of the most iconic things happening. We saw we saw Cypress Hill hit New York City for the first time at SOBs, and it was for a rough house. Like they were doing like a little like what I forgot what's the name of the word with it, like they're doing like a display of their talent. So it was like it was Cypress Hill
A showcase, showcase.
showcase. So it
Art
was
showcase.
so it was Cypress Hill, Tim Dog, and there was the Goats and one other act. And again, I didn't know we didn't know videos were popular, but we wasn't really checking the videos like the way you think we were. And I didn't know what Cypress Hill looked like because their single covers they would cover their face, and it was ill because when they got on stage, they were wearing pig masks as soon as they got on stage because they were doing this song Pigs about, whatever, and it was
Yeah.
dope. Like it was like, oh shit, like it was fucking killer. And then
They're
we
always good people, man.
and then we saw Tim Dog get on, and two crazy things happened because he was with the Ultramagnetics.
I gotta make me some tea while we're
All
talking.
right, this one was crazy. So Cool Keith, for those that know, he's not from this planet. That dude is straight alien. Like, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that with all love and respect. He is not cut from any cloth but his own. Like Cool Keith is from another planet. And so he did I don't I don't know the name of the song he did, but it was a very sexual song. And there was a dude in the front row with his girl. And Keith is rhyming the most like pornographic lyrics.
Something like about a porn star.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. It was like straight porn lyrics. And
Yeah.
but he was looking at homie's girl. So the whole fucking the whole experience was like mad awkward because he was hyper focused on homie's girl and homie got mad, like visibly, like you could see him like cussing at Keith and it was wild. And then I don't know how they diffused it, but then after that, Tim Dog gets on, and Tim Dog was actually the reason why Ultramagnetics was there because Tim Dog was signed to Rough House. So Tim Dog goes into his hit, Fuck Compton. And he's like, "Brah!" And he's not paying attention. He's not paying attention. And he's like, fuck comp. And the mic cuts off because he fell off the stage. He misstepped. He misstepped. And he fucking stepped and fucking fell right into the audience. And lucky for him that he didn't fall away, like people caught him. And he was big. He's a fucking big dude. And they pushed him right the fuck back up. And you know what else was surreal about this? Was that the one dude that was in the audience that I was surprised, like I was in shock, was that in the back of everybody, Just Ice was behind everybody, just smoking weed and just taking in the whole show, just watching, just like, and for me, like as a young kid, like Just Ice was like a superhero. So for me to see him in like for real, like in real time, I was like, oh shit, this is Just Ice. This is crazy. Like, it was dope. It was dope. That's a memorable night.
You know what I experienced? I forgot what the name of the club was. I don't think it was Sound Factory Bar. I'm over here at the club. I don't think I was with you, and I'm watching PM Dawn perform.
Oh yeah, I don't like this story, man. Yeah, I can't.
Nah, cause yeah, look,
You know why I don't
you
like
know
this
what?
story, man.
Wait, PM Dawn was my dude, right? At the time,
I
I didn't
mean,
know
you know,
him.
we friends with his widow, man. You know, like
Yeah,
and
yeah,
his
yeah.
family. You know what I mean?
And they used to babysit my son,
Yeah, yeah,
Mary, and she would
yeah.
like dip out and leave him with Prince B.
Prince B was a
So
good dude, man. He was a good
yeah,
dude.
yeah, he was a really nice guy. And bro, I ended up seeing like it's like I'm watching him perform, and then I see a whole tidal wave of
Yeah,
BDP
yeah,
bomb rush the whole damn stage, and it looked like just a wave
yeah.
took over the
Kenny,
whole city.
so to help you out before you finish that, Kenny Parker, who was there, tells exactly what happened, and I'll reiterate what he said because people have gotten that song horribly twisted. KRS never touched Prince B. It
Well,
was it
that's
was
why I can't say KRS. It was a whole
it
like
right. So the person that did it, I
when
could
he said
tell you,
they grabbed the mic though.
I could, yeah, but I could tell you who did it. So the person that did it was Willie D. May he rest in peace. Willie
Okay.
D. Willie D was a Zulu member, and he was also a member of Boogie Down Productions. He passed away, but Willie D was the one that threw Prince B off the stage. He was the one.
Okay.
Kenny Parker clarified it.
I mean, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like, well, first of all, let me finish what I was saying.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's wild that that story happened because the source interviewed me about it, and I was on some like, yeah, that was hip hop because
Yeah.
I mean, I was on some shit.
Yeah, but we all were. You know what's sad about you telling that story? Another thing that people don't realize was that unfortunately, when KRS did that thing, and Kenny Parker said this, and it made all the sense in the world to me. So right before KRS did this thing to Prince B, he had just released what I think is one of his best albums, Sex and Violence. I think that album is
Oh
fucking
yeah.
phenomenal. And unfortunately, this is the part that you don't know. Unfortunately, when he did that to Prince B, the label was furious. And so they fucked his album.
They what?
They screwed the album. They they they
Really?
they screwed him on it. And so when I heard that, I was like, no wonder why nobody talks about this album. It got blackballed because of his actions to Prince B. Like the entire industry was like, and I'm talking about industry people. I'm not talking about hip hop heads. I'm talking about industry people were like, nah,
I
nah,
mean, the
nah.
source seemed to like, I don't know if they try to hold him accountable or anything like that, but they were interviewing everyone's perspective about
Yeah,
it.
they a lot of people just weren't happy because even though Prince B might have said some things and maybe
What did he say?
he just, I don't know his exact words, but he said something about KRS in an article. And to me, it's like, should he have done that? Probably not. But I also understand. I remember reading what he said and I understood what he was trying to say, but it's like you probably don't want to go up against KRS-One. You probably don't want to do that because KRS-One, if look, if the person you're aiming at took down a whole borough, chances are you don't want any smoke with that. People, I had this conversation with Destroy because we were talking about the Kendrick Lamar Drake thing, and I was like, that's dope. But people forget that when The Bridge Is Over came out, that shit was like a meteor. It was the most intense fucking thing I ever witnessed because what people forget is that KRS, not only did he smash the entire Juice Crew, but he stopped Queens for years until Nas came. Even Nas agrees to it. So if that's the guy you're gonna battle, you might want to think about what you're saying because KRS.
Was Prince Beach really trying to battle him?
I don't think he was trying to battle him. I think if anything, he was just trying to speak out against maybe some of the contradictory things that KRS might have been involved in, which is whatever. But my thing is, if I'm looking at a person that did that, and KRS-One has a record of doing that. It's not just the isolated Bridges Over. I've seen him smash X Clan. I've seen him like smash a lot of people, like lyrically, like just chuck them out. And so to me, it's like, I don't know if you want smoke with that guy. I don't know about that. So it's like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
hold up, that
But
people want
it's wild because after all that happened,
Jordan.
years later, like 5, 6 years later, Prince B's babysitting my son.
I know. Hold up for a second. Hold up, Jordan. That would be dope. I mean, the only problem is with what you're saying is that I'm in LA, so I don't know how that would play. I do believe that I should be a part of it, being that I've worked for Fat Beats for years, um, and I have a lot of stories to
Oh, the
tell.
documentary?
Yeah, no, well, they the documentary plus I don't know what's going on with the documentary plus, but they recently did a podcast, and they had Ill Bill, they had Queen Heron from the Juggernauts, they had Evil D, Mr. Walt, I think Jay Rawls was there, and
I hope they had an entertaining host.
it was Eclipse. So,
Okay.
but I believe I should have been a part of that, but I'm not in New York, so there's no way. So that's what happened with that. Just to answer your question.
You gotta come out here. I'll let you sleep on the floor.
What up, Gabriel? Shout out to you, buddy. Salute, and to your pops, old soil worker. Peace, yes sir.
You talking to people on YouTube.
No, no, my man over here, old soil worker.
Oh, okay.
He's a good dude. Shout out to
Yeah.
miss you in Toronto.
Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna
Thank you,
get ready.
Charisma.
I got an early flight tomorrow.
Where you headed? Where you headed, son?
Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, dope.
Yeah, I'm going for 2 days. We're actually, and I'll give people a little heads up right now. Where I'm on the advisory board for an organization that is building out what's going to be considered the Coachella meets um, Sundance Film Festival kind of.
So Crazy Legs is telling me that he's part of a committee that's trying to put together this event in Puerto Rico that's like part Coachella, part Sundance
Like
Film
Coachella
Festival.
meets
Coachella
Coachella
meets
meets
Sundance Film Festival, which is
Sundance.
pretty special. So what I want to say before Legs, and I'm saying this to the YouTube people, is that
Yeah.
Legs has been doing a lot of work in Puerto Rico for damn near a decade, if even probably even longer than that. And I've watched him for years, like go out there, throw events. He'll go out there during a hurricane and help people. He'll get them like lanterns and toiletries and medicine, and he'll get like Red Bull to help out, and they'll fly their big like cargo planes out there and drop stuff off, and Legs will hop in a fucking truck or a car and drive to various parts of the island of Puerto Rico and help people.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and and for all good, Gorilla Strong. Um, and so I don't know if Legs still has a donation thing, but if you feel in your heart that you want to help with Legs, make sure you get at him, whether it's on Instagram or one of his social media
Yeah,
apps.
we have a 501c3. I could send them the link.
Yeah,
The organization is called Club Biru.
Club Beetle.
Piru. Biru.
Beetle. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in helping with Legs, the island of Puerto Rico is like to me it's like all the other islands. They definitely need support. They definitely need people that could, help them with certain situations. So if you feel it in your heart that you want to help, uh, just get at Legs, whether it's on Instagram or wherever you see he has
Word.
an app, and
Crazy Legs BX.
yes, and that's the deal with that. So yo, have a good flight, bro, and
Yes.
thank you for doing this, man. I'll
All
talk
right,
to you
man.
later.
Catch you later. One.
Peace. That was cool, man. So yeah, man, Crazy Legs has been really doing a lot of work, and there's a documentary. I don't know if any. It's a documentary. Um, there's a documentary that Legs that Red Bull did with Crazy Legs called Bouncing Cats. And if you haven't seen it, if you could find it, I would suggest you check it out. It's a beautiful movie where Legs is sent to Africa to connect with some of the B boys and B girls out there, teach some of them, and the whole nine. And it's an amazing documentary. There's a lot of like emotional moments, and it's just what he did out. He told me it was like a life changing experience. And so if you get a chance to check that out, it's a really really cool documentary. It's called Bouncing Cats. So that's the deal with that. It's all good, Gorilla Strong. Mr. Jason, what's the deal? Andrew, Alec Cabral, what's going on? A lot of people in the room right now. A lot of people in the room. Yo, man, this has been a dope Friday, man. Thank y'all for definitely hanging, and I'm trying to see if I have another story to tell. I have a funny arsonist story. Check this out. This is a funny story. So in the beginning of the arsonist, we hung out a lot, like as a crew, and there was a lot of us. We would thank you, soil worker. Um, we were a big crew. It was like almost 14 members deep at the time, and they would sometimes come out to Gravesend where I lived, or sometimes I would just go to Bushwick. I eventually ended up living in Bushwick, but there was one time they came out to Gravesend. I had some spray cans. I had some spray paint, and we were gonna record some music, and then we were just gonna go out into the streets and just goof off. We weren't graffiti artists, but we had spray cans, and we were gonna, like go find some walls, tag up arsonists or ASF or whatever have you. Just goofing around, nothing really serious, just having fun. Going to the bodega, getting some snacks, smoking some weed, whatever. If dudes were buying 40s, whatever, like just real 90s hip hop street shit, like for real. And so there was this schoolyard. I forgot the name of the school, but there was this schoolyard next to my house. And we're walking past it, and Destroy was like, yo, Q, let me get one of them spray cans. I want to tag up in the schoolyard. And I'm like, here you go. And like, like we're 10 deep. Like it's a big crew. So he runs into the schoolyard and he tags. And then after that, if you know Destroy's energy, after that, he just starts wilding, like just going, like just painting squiggly lines. And we're all like yelling at him through the fence, like, stop, yo, D, cut it out. And he looks at us and he goes, I don't give a fuck what y'all say, man. I can spray paint wherever the fuck I want. And we're like, yo, chill, chill. And he's like, yo, fuck that. I'm spray painting anywhere. Now, here's where it gets crazy. One of the windows in the school had an air conditioner sticking out of the school. It was like sticking out the window. So this maniac gets on his back and he wants to tag underneath the air condition. But unsubscribed Inc. What's going on? But he wasn't thinking about gravity. So he gets on his back, he goes, and all the paint comes back to his face and it goes in his eyes. And he gets up and he goes, my eyes, I can't see. And instead of helping him, we just start laughing. And he's rolling in the schoolyard on the floor. My eyes, my eyes. And that's what he gets for fucking around, man. We told him stop. We told him to stop. We eventually gave him warning. He flushed out his eyes. We weren't that mean, but we was mean for a minute. We was laughing our heads off, man. This shit was nuts. He just went full fucking psycho on us, man. There's a lot of stories like that. Like the arsonist, we were controlled chaos. You know what I mean? Like we when we were backstage, let's say if there was a show happening, whether it was an arsonist nonfiction, arsonist company flow, arsonist juggernauts, arsonist whoever, when we got to the venue and we went backstage, you knew we was in the fucking building. And it wasn't because of ego. It was because we were fucking wild dudes, man. We were fucking, we just controlled chaos. We just, you know what it was? We loved to have fun at an extreme level, man. Like we didn't see the point in trying to like, be all quiet and like conservative about it. We were like, fuck this, man. We doing what we love to do. We having a blast. We here with everybody. We about to take this stage and do what we do. And it was just fun. And we have crazy stories like that, man. It was nuts. NYG supremacy, that is a dope question. I think it's it's a dope question, but I can't answer it because the three DJs that DJ'd for us are all great DJs. So we had Neil Armstrong, who eventually became Jay-Z's DJ. We had DJ Spin One, who is an incredible turntablist and DJ. And then towards the end of our adventure, we had DJ Drastic, who was also a dope DJ. So it's I can't say who's better than who because they all had all three of them had high level DJ skill. High level. So I can't, it's too hard for me to even to determine something like that. But that is a good question. And then after that, I end up with DJ Presto One for all the qunique stuff, and he's a high level turntablist. So it's like I've always had the privilege and the honor of always having a dope DJ doing what doing his thing. And now I got DJ Stutters, who's like on the come up. He just graduated from the Beat Junkies Academy, so I'm always surrounded by like dope DJs, man. It's an honor and a privilege for real. Thank you, JDM McFadden. Thank you, JD McFadden. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. J period as well. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. I also did have J period. Before I had Presto One, I was rocking with J period, and then me and Presto One did all the tours. And so that was what that's what's up, riffing through reality. Thank you. That's what's up. That was a dope show, man. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, y'all, before I go any further, I've been told I have to do this, so just bear with me. Thank you, Subscribed Inc. I appreciate that. I was actually at the Visionaries anniversary show this week as well. So, and that was dope. That was very dope. That actually made me think of my arsonist brothers a lot because we've done shows with the Visionaries and there's like a weird parallel universe between arsonists and the Visionaries, like a big group and you know the deal. So it was dope to see them. It was very emotional for me because again, it had me thinking about the arsonist. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I always have to pause and do this, so bear with me. There, I am a fan of the Deltron 3000 Osoil. I am. I'm a Dell. Just I think he's a superhero. Is the mic too loud, Bananas? Tell me if the mic is too loud, because I'll just switch off the mic. Is it giving a lot of hiss? Because I don't think it's doing that in the Instagram. I don't think there's no hiss here. But if the mic is too loud, let me know, man. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even realize. That sucks. Oh, okay. Um, where was I? Oh, something I always have to pause and do. So there is a sale going on. Let me get this. There's a sale going on qunique.com. You could get both of these albums, both of these CDs for $10. One for 7, two for 10. That's the original Vengeance is Mine and the Mechanic, the CDs. There's not a lot left, but if you go to qunique.com, q-unique.com, you can get both of these 2 for 10. You get also stickers and you get a signed Between Heaven and Hell poster. So that's going on right now on qunique.com. q-unique.com. Links in the bio as well for both YouTube and Instagram. Thank you, all soil worker. I don't know how to pin the link. I could give it a shot. I don't want to mess this up. Um, Let me see if I could do it. No, I can't. Hey, yo, EQ, put qunique.com, q-unique.com on the YouTube chat. Thank you, Bananas. Thank you, all soil worker, once again. Um, so, yeah, man, like, a lot of funny stories with the arsonist. You know, I have a funny Q Unique DJ Presto One story. I think I might have, I don't know if I shared this one. Soil worker, you know, it's funny. I've always wanted to do something alternative and different. And I would have to, like, I'm into that. I'm into that. I think that I've done enough boom bap in my career that anything outside of that, anything that would be considered alternative or just different, I'm game for that. I'm game for that. That's why I love De La Soul so much, because every album is just a different planet. You can't even connect 3 Feet High and Rising to De La Soul is Dead. They're vastly different. And then De La Soul is Dead to Balloon Mind State is vastly different, and so on and so forth. Um, I've been asked by a couple of people if I would do some alternative shit. I'm always down for that. Always, always. Um, Actually, I'm not saying this is anywhere close because I don't think it is. But the album, so I have an album dropping next year. It's myself and with the entire album produced by DJ Retmatic of the Beat Junkies and of the Visionaries. And it's definitely the most different album that I've done because Retmatic's production is unlike any production that I've spit on before. So it definitely took me somewhere else as far as lyrically. Not so far where you're like, yo, what is Q reading us a sonnet? What the fuck is this? It's not that far, but it definitely gave me a different vibe overall, just musically. You know what I mean? Like it's I'm excited about this album, like really excited about this album. So you'll know when it's about to drop. You know, I'll announce that and everything and all of that good stuff. But Frank Cisco, what's going on? So so I was gonna tell y'all a funny Q Unique story. Check it out. This is one of those qunique losing his patience stories. We're on tour, and I'm on tour. You see the Mob Deep poster, qunique and Mob Deep. This is the tour I'm talking about. So we are in Spain. I believe we're in Madrid. I think it might have been Madrid. I don't remember now. It doesn't say. What the? Anyway, so we're in Spain. Mob Deep, qunique. The first venue we did was packed. Packed. It was full at capacity. What up, Stephen Knuckles? What's the deal? So I'm going on right before Mob Deep. Now, presto. Excuse me, now I got the fucking hiccups. Excuse me. Give me a second, Wesley. I'll show off what I got because this whole arm is Franco. I'll show it in a second. Damn it. I got the hiccups, so y'all got to bear. Now this is going to be a classic live feed. There we go. Water, do your magic. There we go. So Mob Deep, I'm opening for Mob Deep. And at the time, stupid. Water. I don't know what's gonna work. I tried the hold the breath thing, Sonya. It never works for me. I just got to ignore it. Maybe it'll go away. Stand on your head upside down. Sure, I'll do that. I'll do that. Now I'm gonna have a laugh attack. Oh my god, yo, that's crazy. I love everybody's suggestion. It's amazing. Thank y'all so much. That's gonna ruin the story. I'm opening for Mobb Deep, and presto, just got the first Serato. This is when Serato wasn't even popular yet. Only a few DJs had it. So to troubleshoot it would be a bitch because it wasn't. Damn it! It wasn't around that long. The hiccups are giving me a laugh attack. I'm not even high yet. So Presto goes up first. He sets up. I'm behind Presto, but there's this curtain. It was a special curtain at the time where you could look out and see the audience. Oh my God. I can't breathe. Thank you, Bananas. I appreciate that. JD McFadden, I'll answer your question in a second. I will try to hold my breath, Wesley. Hold on. Everybody's giving me. DC, yo, chill. Oh, Soil, chill. Y'all are making me laugh with hiccups, man. It was at a funny angle. Yo, all right, I'm gonna do the hold my breath shit. Hold up. This is gonna be hard to do, son. This is gonna be so hard to do. Hold up. I can't breathe, son. Hold up. Get out of here with that. They could hear that. Hold up. I can't do it, man. I can see everybody watching. Like, is he gonna get it? Snot's dripping. So, let me try to tell this story, man. This is a nightmare. My allergies are kicking in. I got the hiccups. This is a shit show, man. I'm glad it ain't Wednesday. Shit. Okay, I got some. I got some tea. I don't know if tea is part of this prescription, but I got some tea. All right. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to make this, man. I'm trying, Steven. Knuckles, I'm trying. All right, hold on. I'm gonna hold my breath. Ready? Don't look at me. Here we go. Damn it! I give up, man. I give up. Drink the water upside down. Are you crazy, YouTube blogs comments? Got some hot tea. How about that? I'm gonna try some hot tea. Trying everything. Danny Killer, what's the deal? I can't do that, DC, because then I'm gonna have to get off camera. I'm not doing that on camera, man. There's a line that I won't cross. Let me tell this story. I'm gonna see if I can make it through this story. I don't have any sugar, man. I don't have any sugar, man. I don't use sugar, man. I can't stop hiccuping, man. What a nightmare. Anyway, I'm on this tour, the qunique Mob Deep tour. We're in Spain. The Mob Deep qunique tour, however you want to read it. We in Spain. I'm about to go on stage. Now, Presto is working with Serato for the first time. This is this is early Serato. This is early Serato. It feels like I'm scratching the record. This is early Serato, where troubleshooting wasn't an easy. Yo, MYG, the eyes, you crazy with that, son. What's up, Gabriel? Use the force. These aren't the hiccups you're looking for. Yo, NYG, those eyes were crazy. Everybody keeps on saying, plug your ears and all of that. I got y'all. I got y'all. Ice water. Yo, I love all the tips. I really do. It's amazing. Let's try this again. I'm on tour with Mob Deep. We're in Spain. Presto is using Serato early version. This is like 2005, 2006. So troubleshooting. Yo, man. Steve Knuckles, you crazy. The T in the cube emoji is crazy. Yo, the emojis are killing me. Yo, the eyes emoji, the T in the fucking Cube. That shit is funny. So Presto's got an early version of fuck you hiccups. Presto has an early version of Serato, so troubleshooting it would be very, very difficult. He doesn't know. JD McFadden, that would be dope. So he gets on the stage. I'm behind him with this special curtain that they had where I could see the audience, but the audience can't see me. It's like a one-way, what do you call it? Two-way mirror, one-way mirror, whatever the fuck you call that shit. So I'm watching Presto set up the Serato, his mixer, all of that shit. And I'm just sitting there. Like I'm on a stool and I'm just watching. I'm just sitting there. The mic in my hand. Oh, the microphone is in my head. The microphone is in my hand and it's on. But I'm so I'm so nervous about what Presto's doing that I forget. Yo, NY, chill with the eyes, man. Chill with the eyes, man. Those eyes are crazy. So I forget that I have the microphone, and I forget that the microphone is on. Right? So I have it like this, and I'm watching Presto, and all of a sudden I could get the sense that he's struggling with the Serato, which is bad. It's a full house. Now, to make matters worse, the two promoters that brought me there, they're panicking, and they're both talking to me at the same time in Spanish, but intense, like panicking, like blah, 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 like fucking intense. So I have my head down and my blood pressure is fucking starting to escalate. I'm getting fucking hell. I'm getting nervous because I'm like, what the fuck, man? Is he gonna get this going? So I know Presto can hear me. So at first I go, yo, Press, what's going on? He doesn't turn around. So they're still panicking in my right and left ear, talking Spanish intense. Basically saying, what's going on? We got to get you on. It's almost time, blah, 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 blah. What's going on? What's going on with your DJ? Blah, blah, panic. So I'm just sitting there. Then I go to Presto again. 10 minutes has gone by. Now, 10 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but 10 minutes when shit ain't working and people are fucking panicking, it feels like an hour. So I go again. Hey, yo, Press, what's going on? And Press turns around and he goes like this. He should have never did that. I forgot I have the mic on. The mic is live in the room with thousands of people. Press is the only guy on stage. And I lift up my arm, but it's like this. I'm like basically holding the mic like this, away from my shoulder, but it's up. So it can catch my vocals, but I'm not even thinking. I'm just angry at this point. So when he turned around and he goes like this, I go, hey, yo, on the real, son? Yo, fuck your Serato, son. But it's in the audience. Mad loud. And he turns around and he's fucking glowing red, embarrassed. Because I just said that shit out loud and he's the only dude on stage. And I didn't realize until I caught the last word, Serato, and I can hear the echo of me yelling Serato in the audience. And I was like, holy, and I looked at the mic like, oh shit. it's fucking on. And it was fucking hilarious. He was so embarrassed. But eventually he got the shit popping, and we had a dope show regardless, man. It was a dope run with Mobb Deep. It was with Prodigy, Havoc, I think Alchemist. I don't remember who else, but it was just amazing. Was it Alchemist? Yes, Alchemist. So it was a dope run, and me and Presto, we still boys to this day. But that story was fucking crazy. That was a crazy story, man. That was a hiccup. And so, so on that note, listen, man. Yes, exactly, DC. It was at a time when Serato was still kind of new, so there wasn't really an idea of how to troubleshoot it, and so he just had to like fucking I forgot what the fuck he did to figure it out. Bananas. I don't know Millie's, man. I never met him. I've seen his videos obviously on Instagram and all of that, but I don't fuck. I don't know him. I don't know him. Thank you, Martin. I'm definitely down for a little record of hiccups, man. Yeah. I gotta say though, before I sign off, I gotta thank y'all for making me laugh through this whole thing. I'm signing whoever bought CDs because we have the sale. I sign everything for this sale. So you're gonna get a poster signed. You're gonna get your CDs signed. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you just first of all, I got the hiccups, so you got to bear with me, man. Bananas, I got you. Everything's getting signed. If you go to qunique.com, there's a sale right now. You get two. You get Vengeance is Mine and the Mechanic 2 for 10, 1 for 7. I sign him, and I also sign a Between Heaven and Hell poster, and you get stickers and all of that. So you got to go to qunique. Fuck. You got you got to go to qunique.com, q-unique.com, and and I'll take care of the rest from there, or whoever handles the packaging. But I sign everything, so that's the deal with that. Steven Knuckles, man. Yeesh K, he's dope, right? Make a beat with my hiccups. That'd be hysterical. DC the truth. I do not do features like that. I don't sell verses. I don't that's not my deal. When I collab, it's usually with yeah, how can you take this sentence seriously? It's usually with just, homies like Vinny or Bill or Slane or whoever. That's how I do it. You could get yo chill with the eyes. MYG, you crazy. Um, Hiccup booth for real. Yo, y'all are killing me right now. Thank you, Detroit throwers. Thank you. D Styles, what's the deal? So yeah, so the sale right now, 2 for 10, 1 for 7. Everything gets signed. You get stickers. You get a signed Between Heaven and Hell poster, all of that good stuff. And that sale is until till the end of the year. So I'm gonna keep it up until the end of the year. But you got to go to qunique.com, q-uni, q q-unique.com and hit the shop. And there's also there's also gear, shirts, hoodies, all of that good stuff. All right, man, I can't do this anymore. Listen, first of all, I want to thank y'all for bringing so much joy and laughter to my fucking being this evening. Thank you for bearing with me and my allergies and my hiccups. I'm a fucking mess right now. Thank you for all your suggestions on stopping the hiccups. And thank you for real for hanging out and Gorilla Strong, thank you, brother. Thank you very, very, very much. Gorilla Strong with a donation over on the super chats and the super stickers. Thank you. Look, I got ice water. I'm about to try the ice water. Okay, I'm trying it. Let's see. Let's see what happens. All right, let me get some of the boogers out the way. We don't want to drink any boogers. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Making sure there's no hiccups. Okay. Let's see. If I be quiet, maybe the hiccups won't know. Detroit Throwers asked in YouTube if I have any good Chino Excel stories. I have good stories. I don't have funny stories. I first met Chino Excel in the 90s, right before he dropped his first solo album. Uh, I used to own a recording studio in Brooklyn, and that was more like the hangout. It was the headquarters for the arsonists, and but it was just like it was like a two-room, like it was my bed, and then in the other room was just all studio stuff, so that we could do we. Yo, the ice water worked, by the way. I think it worked, but probably should have did that an hour ago, right? Uh, so this place was a hangout, and we had a lot of people come through: LP, Mr. Len, Company Flow, J Live, Shabazz the Disciple. Um, I can't think of homie's name, but you know that song, Smith and Wesson song, Soundboy Burial, the Jamaican dude, we the money at the beginning of the song, he came through the studio because it was like in an ideal spot in Brooklyn, like towards downtown Brooklyn, and so Chino Excella eventually made the trek from Jersey to our studio, and we hung out, and what was crazy was I had at that time I just had vinyl and tapes and music equipment everywhere in that studio. And I remember I had a crate of tapes, and it was like a mixture of like tapes from the radio or like bought tapes or cassette singles or whatever have you. Thank you. Thank you, Phrase. I appreciate that. Um, and one of the cassette singles was Tears for Fears, Break It Down Again. That song, Break It Down Again, by the band Tears for Fears. It was like a cassette single I bought. I always loved Tears for Fears, and I bought that cassette single. It was like on top of the crate, and like Chino's just like chilling. I'm playing beats, playing like new arsonist shit at the time, and Chino's just like bopping, and he's like chilling in the cut, and he looks at the crate and he sees the cassette single, the Tears for Fears, Break It Down Again cassette single on top. And he goes, "Yo, I love that song. Can I have that tape?" I was like, "Of course, man, take it." And he fucking took my fucking cassette single. And he and I, we've been friends the whole time. And what I can say about him from what I know, he was a good dude, man. And he was definitely trying to figure it out like the rest of us. And the last time I saw him, we would talk, because I had just moved to Cali and he moved to Cali before I did. And, we were talking about eventually getting the hang, trying to work on some stuff. We were both at Designer Con. We were doing a panel. And he had his comic book there, and I showed support. I bought his comic book. I have it signed. I think I showed it. I did. I showed it on one of the episodes of Live from the Lab. And sadly, shortly after that, he passed away. And I was shocked. I was I was definitely shocked. That was it didn't make sense. I don't know when death ever does, unless you know somebody's like struggling with a sickness and you get the sense. But his death was shocking, and I miss him. I miss a lot of brothers that you know that might not get the same type of like flowers as a lot of the what up raps and riffs, him, PH, I think vice versa from end of the week. Um, there was a lot of good brothers that you just, we all came up together. It's like we all went. People don't realize it's like the New York scene in the '90s. We were always all in the same room together. You know what I mean? And so you get to know these people. It doesn't not that they had to be. Blackistan was shocking too. Thank you for that, Gorilla Strong. Blackistan was a good dude, man. He's a good dude. I got to do a song with him right before he passed, and I always tell people this was me and PH was supposed to do a whole album together. Me and Pumpkinhead, we NYG that you asked that. So there are two songs out, like on one of them I put on the Legacy series Volume One. It's called What Can I Do. It's myself, Torre, and PH. And so that song, and then there's another song that you could probably find on YouTube. It's called Gatekeepers. It's qunique and PH. And me and PH were actually working on an album. And then he passed away. I didn't even know. Like it was shocking because I've known PH for a long time, and I knew his kids, his wife, and sad. I miss these guys, man. I was rooting for. We're all in the uh, same ocean, if you get my metaphor. We're all like kind of swimming in this hip hop, underground hip hop, whatever you want to call it, thing. And so when we all know the ups and downs, the highs and the lows of this game, and to lose brothers along the way is just it's weird. That's why when I went to the De La Soul thing and I was listening to Mace talk about losing Dave, it was emotional, it was powerful, because I get it. You're not thinking of music anymore. You're thinking of this person and this friend, and so and that's the deal. So that's the deal. I don't have any stories with self-titled or apathy. I know them, but I never really. And we've always been cool with each other, but I never really had the opportunity to really hang with them. The dudes that I hung with the most, obviously, nonfiction. I used to hang with LP a lot during the Fat Beats days from Company Flow. Um, man, so many names. Wordsworth. Fucking. Now, what's crazy? It's like all the names start flooding, so you don't know which names to pick right away. You know what I mean? So it was just our circle was a pretty big circle, man. That '90s New York hip hop scene was something special. It was something special. I'm glad that I was there to just do my part and watch everybody just have a blast. You know what I mean? And I could tell. I know Cage. I don't look. I don't know Cage. No Cage, but I've been we've been in the same room, but I never really had dialogue with him. I never had a full on conversation with him, so I don't know him like that. I don't. Uh, how was it to work with Slane? Oh, Slane is the brother, man. It's like I always have a blast with Slane because he's at the level where I could joke around. Like that's the dude that I've known forever, and Slane is dope, man. Slane is the reason he's part of the reason why I'm on the first. He's part of the reason why I'm on the first La Coca Nostra album. I told that story. I was in LA already. I was working on Stillwell stuff, and I went and met up with Slane and Bill when they were at DJ Lethal's house working on the first La Coca Nostra album. And when I walked in, I was just chilling. I wasn't, in my mind, I wasn't thinking about rhyming on anything or whatever. I was just there to chill and observe how they were going to get down. They were already working on a song anyway. And so when they finished, Slane said out loud, he was like, I know qunique got beats. And that is what became Nuclear Medicine Men, because I had the beat. And so I got the beat, gave it to Lethal. He put it up in his Pro Tools. And they were like, Q, get a verse together. And then Immortal Technique rolled up, and then it became that song. Like, just for me, just rolling up, wanting to hang. Like, that shit was crazy. Oh, so I like Slane and Nems, like those guys are great testimonies right there. Tame one, yes. Any, what's going on? Oh, that's what's up, Detroit. That's what's up. That is a good version. Tame one, I don't really have much stories with him. Obviously I've done shows with him, and I've actually done arsonists and artifacts radio shows with them, and I'm cool with Elder Sensei, and but I don't have any like full on stories with Tame like that. Nothing like that. Boston, yep. Chile, what's going on? Waterworld. Reef. Reef Fate, one NFT. What's the deal? Yeah, it is. It was classic. Like the radio, we did Eclipse's show. It was Artifacts and Arsonists. I don't have that. That's one tape I don't have though. And I think Ill Bill was there too. But yeah, we did that. That was fun, man. That was really cool. Rest in peace, Tame One. Life be life, man. Life be life, and so I tell y'all, man, you like to end it on a more like the weatherman. Yep. Raw aesthetic, Germany in the house. Salute to you. Yes, yes, yes. What I would like to say is like instead of ending this on a somber note, it's like take what we're talking about, right? Like we're talking about, people leaving too soon and rest in peace and all of that. But let me tell y'all this. Thank you, Any. Thank you. Um, whatever you're passionate about, hop to it. You know what I mean? Don't procrastinate. Get involved in your passion because the time ain't waiting for you. Time isn't like anybody's friend. Time just does what it does. So, whatever you're passionate about, and I don't care what it is, it's not about judging you like whatever. But whatever you're passionate about, find a way to get yourself disciplined where you're locked in and you're doing your shit every day. Don't let another day go by where you're just looking at your passion and say, "Yeah, someday," or "I'll get to it tomorrow." Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Get into it. Get into it. Because one thing that I could say about Tame, Chino, PH, they did their passion to the very end. Let's look at it that way. They did it. They didn't procrastinate. They went out guns blazing, man. No matter how they went out, doesn't matter. I don't care about that. They did their passion. Do your passion. Seriously. Stop procrastinating. If you're procrastinating, don't do it, man. Knock yourself. Change the lane, your own lane. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like you're procrastinating and you're living like this routine, change the routine and get into your passion. Please do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Nothing is guaranteed, but what I can guarantee you is that for speaking from my own experience, doing my passion, as you can see, has brought me to a place where I'm very happy, where I'm at. I don't really care about the measurement of success because at the end of the day, I'm living what I'm doing. This is my life. is doing music. I'm doing my passion, and I have stories and experiences that can go on forever. But I put the work in for decades. You know what I mean? So do it seriously. I'm asking you for yourself. Do your passion, man. Whatever it is, whatever it is. Okay? And I hope that that helps. I hope that that it does something for you in a sense of you know, waking up tomorrow and saying, you know what, I'm gonna take one step, because all it takes is one step. You don't have to conquer your whole shit in one day. It took me years to get to this point, right? So one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. That's it. Thank you, oil soil worker. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Tanya. So there are coins that are selling. There, so the coins. So Tanya asked about the coins. There's not a lot left, but there are. I had printed "Vengeance is Mine" commemorative challenge coins. It's a challenge to say the word commemorative, but uh, so what they were was when Vengeance is Mine hit 20, which was 2 years ago, when it hit 20 years, we made these special coins so that people that were fans of that album, you could get this coin. It's I don't have any on me, but if you go to qunique.com, you can go to the shop section and see an image of it. It's dope. It's like one side is like me with the bucket hat. The way they engraved it on the coin, it says "Vengeance is Mine," 20 years, and on the flip, it's got all the song titles and this graffiti art piece of the "Vengeance is Mine" cover, or the character that Seeks did. The coin is beautiful. So that coin is definitely available. It's a beautiful coin, man. It's the first time I ever did anything like that. So that's the deal with that. That and they are available. Not a lot, but they are available. Deegan, look back, sporting the visionary. Yes, yes. Love to the Visionaries crew. Love to the Visionaries family for sure. But yo, man, so thank y'all for hanging with me tonight. For the people in Instagram, you got a special treat. Crazy Legs is a part of that. Don't worry, YouTube. We're gonna have Crazy Legs live on the show, live from the lab in a couple of weeks. Um, Also, thank you guys for your support in the YouTube section for the super stickers and the super chats. Thank you so very much. Thank you for everybody that's going to the qunique.com shop and ordering, because there's a sale going on. q-unique.com if you want to catch that sale. It's these two CDs, Vengeance is Mine and the Mechanic, 2 for 10, 1 for 7. You get them signed. They also come with a Between Heaven and Hell poster signed and stickers and all of that good stuff. Thank you guys for bearing with me and making me laugh so much during my hiccup attack. That shit was hilarious. And you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all your questions and comments. Thank you for just being amazing and just keeping this vibe going of doing these live feeds. You know, I do them on Wednesday. Wednesdays are more subject driven. And on Fridays, we just get to chill and hang and laugh and tell stories and shit. But thank you all for hanging with me. Thank you all for just being amazing. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it more than you could ever understand. 2 minutes Turkish. Thank you, Trevor. So, yo, I want y'all all to have an amazing weekend. Be safe. Enjoy yourselves. Don't forget what I told you about your fucking passion, man. Stop procrastinating. And just spread love and have an amazing weekend, y'all, for reals, all right? Much peace to y'all. Mad love to y'all. See you next Wednesday, live from the lab on YouTube, all right? Don't forget. 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East. Y'all know the routine. And y'all too, have a beautiful weekend. Peace, YouTube.